That's incredible. Okay.
It's really cool.
Oh, it's so pretty.
I'm super excited about this. I really want to make this happen.
Right now, times are challenging, right?
It's a crazy time right now.
It's become very clear we're just picking the phone up and making phone calls. We'll never make it.
I don't want to have another 45-person SDR team in this company. I'm kind of done with that. It's just way too much ergs of energy. So,
talking about Kronologic to folks this week, I was like, it's this really cool technology that helps you execute on all the investment that was made from a sales and marketing perspective.
Like I'm a believer. You've got to get meetings on the calendar.
I think the more calls that we can get lined up on their calendar, the better, because otherwise they're just smiling and dialing.
Kronologic's working in the background.
Kronologic's doing the back and forth.
Kronologic could take over and be the last mile in getting that meeting booked.
It's so direct, right? It's like a direct CTA. You're not really sending a link to an article. You're not trying to get them to click anywhere. You're trying to book a meeting.
You get lists. You automatically set up appointments on our calendar.
It's an email that comes from, quote unquote, me.
We weren't introducing an AI chatbot or some fictitious AI person in this journey. We were actually just automating the outreach, and then it was going back and forth to negotiate.
It avoids them going into a spam folder. Perfect.
And then so as soon as like a client accepts that, it'll show up in my email or just on my calendar.
Bingo.
So, and if they don't respond, so you're saying that it's just going to be automated and do another follow-up like, hey, are you still, I just wanted to check in based on like what we set it up. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. You continue to nurture until you get a positive or negative response.
Correct. For me, as like an SDR leader, time to touch is huge. You got to hit them while the iron is hot, right? Like when they hit that demo request, I'm thinking about your product right now.
Yeah, I saw that when I clicked on something and it was like that fast and it put it into my email.
And you guys integrate into Microsoft and Google, right?
That's correct. And it sounds like you have also a very strong integration to Salesforce. So obviously you guys integrate with Salesforce.
With the Salesforce integration, this should kind of just automate the op creation upon acceptance.
Obviously Salesforce is the hub, and that's really important. And you guys have the integration there. So that's a giant check mark.
A lot of prospects were put off by having to schedule their own meetings to talk to a sales development rep. And when you've got an executive and they're on the hook for scheduling time with a young sales development rep, it's just, I think it puts the relationship on the wrong foot.
Yeah, you're flipping back and forth. Well, and it's a way to just get out, just like too hard.
It's cost per meeting.
You charge per the meeting. And by the way, think about it the other way. What he's saying is if it doesn't book a meeting, you don't pay anything.
You purchase credit.
They click on one of your customized calendar times, daytime duration. That's what a credit is.
Yes.
How many users will have access?
Unlimited.
I think it's cheaper than we get by paying an SDR.
We're looking to use Kronologics to augment our SDR team, right?
What is using you guys for is a cheaper version of an inside sales team.
It could easily, I would think, pay for itself.
I've got leadership bouncing off the wall. Like, again, the worst complaint we've had is things like, hey, I have 6 meetings booked for tomorrow. Like, this is super cool.
We also then took that targeted list and post-show, say Monday morning or whatever, sent an email through Kronologic from their rep. So that meeting appointment is set. It takes the strain off the account managers to have to actually go, book those meetings after the event and make sure we're following up very specifically on those targeted accounts.
But what we did see was a 22% increase. We won $500,000 more closed-won business of just that 22%. So for us, and the investment we had made in the first quarter, we saw over a 12,000% ROI. So this team is now thrilled. And when they show up, they're just on the phone all day, which is really where they want to be.
My favorite part about Kronologic is that it's invisible.
I mean, I think it's really cool that you can actually monetize it, like you say, and you can really see what you could get out of that meeting.
Because if you can monetize it and see what your day looks like, man, that's talk about if you're motivated by money.
We're getting feedback from sellers about, I've got 5 appointments in a day.
With
how customer experience is elevated today in our, Amazon and Netflix type experiences, your solution solves that, drop off. And that is where I think the value is. And yes, in like scheduling sales calls and demos, but even like I'm in the support world. So scheduling, hey, let's troubleshoot a support follow-up instead of going back and forth with an agent and then decreasing the handle time on that case completely.
I'm not aware of other tools that are really kind of tackling this in a significant way.
This is just one tool we need to use to really, really push our reps and get them to the next level. If we don't, we will not make any of the sales targets that we're being tasked with.
I've always said more meetings, more pipeline, more bookings.
Wow,
pretty cool, huh?
Yeah. It's honestly, it's like music to my ears. You're about to kill.
No, this is awesome. I can't believe it doesn't already, didn't exist years and years ago. It seems like a no-brainer.
That's badass. That's cool.
It's amazing.
It's really cool. I get it.
You guys are freaking spot on.
This is good. This is good.